Oh, hello, hello. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Ken Berry. This is Neisha Solace-Berry.
At your service.
We are, for the next hour, truly at your service. Yes, we are going to answer any questions you have about diet, nutrition, weight loss, diabetes reversal.
Cue the dogs.
Dog questions. Do you have any questions about the dogs? The dogs are willing to answer.
We were out last week. We were in San Antonio. We were visiting my Puerto Rican side of the family and also meeting up with our lead coach, Alyssa, who you can see in the comments, along with other PhD coaches and mentors. They have a blue name with a little wrench. You can listen to them if they answer your questions, because we can't answer them all. We do our best, but we only have 60 minutes. And Dr. Berry loves to talk. So.
Well, yes, I don't mind talking. It's fine. Some people say, that I'm
very good at talking.
Some people say that.
People who should know. When we got back from San Antonio, many of you have asked, I've been watching the comments while we were waiting to go live, about the storms.
Wow.
We were welcomed back to Tennessee with a mess of weather. We are safe and sound. The property is fine. We've had a few trees down, but nothing serious. We've been very blessed. But we are also a bit peaked. We got so much sun, and then we just lost it all. All the glow that was in our skin from the vitamin D. We just saw the sun for the first time in, I think, a week and a half today.
Yeah. I think it rained 82 inches.
The whole front yard was a creek. And it's not normally a creek, because it's not a creek that should be there.
Absolutely.
But the animals are fine. We're fine. So thanks for checking in on us.
Absolutely. And we're glad to be back with you. We missed you a little bit, but don't tell anybody.
And hi to Granny Berry, because she's watching tonight as usual.
Yes. Hello, Granny Berry. We love you very much.
You.
We love you. You're the best granny ever.
Our house is not done yet. I promise I'm trying my best. Granny wants to come move in with us, and I would love for her. She lived with us for a time when we were in Nashville. We have plenty of room there. We're in a very small farmhouse now, and she would have to sleep on the couch, and that would not be very comfortable for her.
Exactly right. Exactly. Okay, guys, now's the time. If you have a question, type it into the comments. Keep your question as short as you can while including all relevant information, and we will try to answer as many as we possibly can in the next hour. If you want to attach your question to a super chat, that'll bump it to the top, but we absolutely take questions from all comers. Let me see if I can find one right now.
Renee, shout out to Renee. I did it, Dr. Berry, lowered my A1C from 9.2 to 5.9 in only 6 months. Thank you. Congratulations. That's amazing.
This is exactly why we do what we do. We don't know Renee, never met Renee. Renee's never written us a check. We don't know her. I don't know where she lives, but she has reversed severe type 2 diabetes and is now only just a little bit pre-diabetic.
She's well on her way.
In 6 months. She's almost there. That's so awesome.
That's
I love
amazing.
that. Thank you for sharing that.
Is mayo carnivore? Jennifer wants to know. So it depends on how you make it. You can make a carnivore version. Me and Beckett have a video on my channel where we make it with bacon grease, my favorite fat of all the fats.
And when are you guys going to do that again? Because that would be great if you did that again. Oh, soon. Okay.
You can also make it using butter. I think 2 Crazy Ketos has a butter carnivore mayo recipe. So those are 2 that you can find. Now, you can also do avocado oil or olive oil, which may be easier for some of you to come by. You may not cook as much bacon as we cook in this house, but we have a infinite supply of bacon grease around here, so it's never a problem.
We are rich in bacon grease.
We are rich in bacon grease, yeah.
So now here's a good one. You're going to love this. Nora says, if you eat pork and fish, you have parasites. So do you do a parasite detox?
The only parasite that I've ever had are Beckett and Bonnie, which are my children. I have never felt the need to do any type of parasite cleanse. And as I just stated, I eat a lot of bacon.
Yeah. Back in the old days, you could get tricked from bacon. You could get different parasites because bacon wasn't properly handled. That stopped being true about 40 years ago. I know it's very popular on the interwebs right now to be like, oh, you've got parasites. Everybody has worms.
I get those comments all the time. I can't even address them all. I just ignore them because it's like, if you think that, I don't really have the time to explain to you why. That's not.
There are influencers who are cleaning up on making you guys paranoid that you've got worms in your poop. Okay, it is. I have practiced family medicine for over 22 years. I have done lots of poop exams. Okay. I have seen lots of poop. We have sent so many thousands of stool samples off for ova and parasites. People just, even back then, 10 years, 20 years ago, it's like, no, I know I've got worms. And they'll bring in poop in a Ziploc bag and be like, see that right there? See that?
There's also Facebook groups. And
yes.
Let me just tell you, you can post anything on the internet. You have no idea who these people are posting these pics of their parasites.
Right.
They could Google it. You can Google those images and find many.
You can actually, if you'll do a reverse search on their image, almost certainly that's been shared 1,000 times by random people.
If you have a real parasite, then you're going to need to go to an actual physician and get an actual prescription of an actual medication that actually takes care of. There's no.
Yeah, and it's a very easy fix. It's one pill, one time, and the worms are gone if you have worms. Now, I'm going to give you the secret way to know if you actually have worms or not. Are you ready? You might want to write this down.
Are you going to tell them to put tape on their butt?
I'm going to tell you the 2 secrets. So, number 1, if you poop and you look in the pot and you say, look, there are worms crawling around in my poop.
Moving. Because they will be alive.
They will be alive. You have worms. You need to go see your doctor. That's number 1.
Speck in your poop. That's not a worm.
It's not a worm. If at night when you're in bed, your butthole itches 10 out of 10, like you claw until you bleed, and you take a piece of Scotch tape and you put it over your butthole, and then you pull it off and you look at it under a magnifying glass and you see tiny eggs, you have worms. You should go see your doctor. If you haven't had either one of those things happen, you most assuredly do not have worms, unless you live in some third world country and you're barefoot in the mud and, the cows poop in the house. Maybe you got worms. But if you live in modern society,
I feel like maybe this needs to be a dedicated video.
I made this video like 3 years ago.
Make it again.
That's the 2 secrets. If you don't look in the pot and see worms crawling, you don't have worms.
Coach Alyssa says, good Lord, we're off to an amazing start with this live stream. Welcome if you're new.
Welcome.
This is not untypical. Honestly, we get off on poop tangents quite a lot here.
Well, poop is important to people. People worry about their poop.
Very, very, very important to people.
It seems like used to it was older people worried about their
poop. We used to make fun of Grandpa for being obsessed with the poop.
Now, I haven't pooped in 45 minutes. I better take an enema.
Listen.
Now it's young people. I got worms. I know
We've got too much time on our hands. That's the problem. Okay.
Too many things to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Your animals and things like even that you should keep an eye on. Sure. But you're going to know when you're not just constantly checking your dog's poop for worms. Probably there's other symptoms that come along. And then you take them to the vet and then they get tested. And then they take a pill.
We have about 60 sheep in the pasture right now. And about four of them have enough worms that it's a problem. And if they don't clear it pretty soon, I'll give them some worm medicine. But just because the sheep have worms, let's see, they live out in the dirt.
And also it's rained and rained. That's why this is a problem.
So please, you don't have worms.
Did you guys know that we raise sheep on our farm and we do indeed eat them? They're not just decorations.
That's right. They are employees.
Sandy says, Neisha, I love your channel. Thank you, Sandy. That's so sweet. I never get anybody asking me about my channel over here. Poor Neisha.
Tell people about your channel while I look for a question.
I did actually put my link in the description. I checked it and it was not actually my link. So I fixed that. If you want to come hang out with me, I'm sharing a lot about the farm. I still share what I eat. I'm about to do a what I eat in a day vlog because I've been eating the same thing.
Over and over and over.
Over and over. Since we got back from San Antonio, just on repeat. And I feel like you guys need to know about it because it is a protein-packed, flavor-packed, nutrient-packed accessory to your meal.
Let's be honest. It's a little bit of a problem.
But is it?
I mean, she's in there prepping like doomsday is coming. And she is prepping up the same meal over and over and over and over.
It's really the accessory to my meal. It's a thing that I'm adding to all the other things that I eat. But anyways, come hang out with me over on my channel, linked in the description.
This is another thing, and I'm going to talk about it for just a minute. Ivermectin. Yeah. So back a few years ago, when there was an infection going around that was getting a lot of press and causing a lot of problems, ivermectin could have been used in that situation, and it could have probably done a lot of people a lot of good, but it was frowned upon and basically pulled from the market by the big pharma corporations, because if there was a treatment for said infection, then you couldn't get FDA approval or emergency use approval for something else. And so ivermectin got the shaft. Now ivermectin is making a comeback. And it's you know how the pendulum swings.
I was just about to say it.
Right, it swings and then it swings too far to the other direction.
We can never just say right
now people think ivermectin is a panacea. Do you know what a panacea is? It's not a real thing. Okay, it means that it just will cure everything. Oh my God, you got a hangnail?
But that's not entirely true, because ivermectin is good for
100%.
quite a few things.
That's right. That's right. Not everything. Not everything. No.
Just like carnivore is not the cure for everything.
Yeah. Just remember a law of human nature. Anytime there's two ways. There's the pendulum and the rubber band.
I prefer the pendulum.
Yeah. If the pendulum swings too far in one direction, right in Neisha's face,
momentum.
And then it goes too far in the other direction.
It can't be in that Goldilocks.
The truth about ivermectin's here in the middle, not here and also not here. It's here. Ivermectin is a very useful drug. The guy who invented it got a Nobel Prize. It's considered by the World Health Organization to be an indispensable medication, but it is not good for every damn thing on the planet.
We're making up for lost time today.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you what.
On fuego.
I love it. Somebody said your hair was absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. I just threw it up 5 seconds ago.
That
really makes me feel amazing. You guys are amazing. If you've hit that like button, you're extra amazing. If you shared it, then you're a VIP.
Oh, yeah. Please share this video. It helps us help people who've never heard this message before, even though all we've talked about so far is poop, worms, and ivermectin. Angela, Dr. Berry, my fasting blood sugar was 108. A1C is 5.1, and my fasting insulin was 22.5. Is my insulin keeping my A1C down? Yes. Also, your insulin's still too high. You're probably eating dirty keto, keto-ish, sort of keto. You got to cut the carbs even more. We want to get that fasting insulin down to under 10 if possible, while keeping your A1C at 5.1 or thereabouts. The fasting blood sugar, if you're eating real whole food, meat heavy keto or ketovore or carnivore, I don't care so much what your fasting blood sugar is. I care what is your A1C and what is your fasting insulin. Those are the two tests that matter. Vicky, meat puts off creatinine. Too much meat can show up as higher creatinine in a blood test. No, Vicky. No, I'm sure your doctor told you that. Your doctor was wrong. Making already CKD look worse. No, also wrong. How much to eat? As much meat as you want. Now, let me tell you the truth. If you eat lots of meat, it can cause your BUN, blood urea nitrogen, to elevate. That's very true. But I don't care about that. There is no amount of meat that you could eat that would make your creatinine elevate. That's not how the human kidney works. So the two tests I care about for your kidneys are creatinine and eGFR. Estimated glomerular filtration rate. If those two are normal, I don't care what your BUN is, okay, or your BUN to creatinine ratio. Neither of those matter. Vicky's been misinformed, probably by her doctor. This is not true at all. Hey, thanks, Trucker2Through-Hiker. Trucker2Through-Hiker. Good to see you, brother. Angelic Annihilator. I've heard that some cancers can survive on ketones.
Now, I feel like Angelic Annihilator has been around long enough to know the answer to this.
How does this conflict with Dr. Seyfried's research on glucose and glutamine? It doesn't conflict because it's not true. There is no cancer known to medical science that can live on ketones. That's not how cancer works. Cancer can limp by on glutamine. That is true, but it must also have glucose. And I've interviewed Dr. Seyfried on my channel, and he said this. That some cancers can use glutamine, but they still have to have glucose. Glucose is the only thing a cancer can use to thrive and metastasize. It's sugar. It's not ketones and it's not glutamine. Some can burn glutamine, but not exclusively. Dr. Seyfried was very clear about that in my interview with him. This is the night of fallacies and mythology.
I like it.
Ollie
This is
Kreisel,
fun.
my friend, thank you so much.
You got it.
Dottie's 2 weeks in, no weight loss, taking vitamin P.
Good
Well, no,
job,
honey,
Dottie.
you ain't taking vitamin
Yes,
P.
she is.
No, she ain't.
Yes, she
It's
is.
been
You
2
leave her
weeks,
alone.
Dottie.
She is self-aware. Aren't
Okay,
you, Dottie?
all right, Dottie.
And
all right.
she is just letting us know, and we
Yes.
love that you are self-aware.
Yes.
Don't
yes.
let it creep in and overtake everything.
That's right.
Okay. And
You're-
also, please measure your inches.
Yes, yes. Measure your inches with the Taylor's tape. Give your body time to heal. Your body's doing a lot of healing right now. You're getting healthier by the day, but the scale just hasn't moved yet. This is very common. It's more common in women. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. But the scale is going to move. The inches are going to come off. It's just going to take time. Keep taking your daily dose of vitamin P.
If you have any questions, put them here. But I after at least 6 weeks, okay? Come back after it's been a complete 6 weeks. And then if you're still having issues, come back
That's
here.
right.
Or you can always join the community. We're
Yes.
happy to answer questions in there. You guys saw the new trailer.
Yeah.
What do you
Neisha
think?
designed that in like 10 minutes.
Me,
Crazy.
Alyssa, our lead coach, she did the voiceover because my voice is a little scratchy right now. Also, the pollen is
Pollen?
the pollen is insane here too. So
Yeah, the
it's
pollen's
crazy.
really crazy. Okay, listen to this, everybody. You got toenail fungus? Know somebody who does? Lillian says, my toenail fungus is gone. It's possible with the proper human diet.
Dr. Bringer, is this the most viral video that you've ever had?
Yeah, it's got like
Viral.
8 million views, my toenail fungus video. And I want you to go watch that video if you've got toenail fungus and share it with somebody if you know somebody who's got toenail fungus, because I used to have it. It's awful. But the comments are awesome in that video, because when I first made the video, for about the first 3 months, all these comments are, you're full of shit. There's no way a diet fixes toenail. This is stupid. You're crazy. You're a quack. You're a hack, blah, blah, blah. And then to watch 6 months later, because it takes 6 months for a toenail to grow out, right? So then they're like, well, crap, I need to lose some weight anyway. I'll just try keto. And then 6 months later, they're back on that video going, I'm so sorry. My toenail fungus is gone. You were right.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So yeah, I've got a toenail fungus video, but huzzah for you. Petra Green. Jeans. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I am desperate. Keto since 2 years ago, carnivore since 1 month ago. My doc wants me on statins. He thinks I'm crazy. Should I? Cholesterol 303, HDL 93, LDL 186, triglycerides 110, A1C down from 9 to 6.2, and CRP is 1.2. Any advice?
Yeah. So I just posted a video on my YouTube channel today about people who have high LDL cholesterol or high ApoB, but their triglycerides are normal and their A1C is good and their fasting insulin is good and their HDL cholesterol is good and their HSCRP is good. You don't have to worry about the high LDL. Your doctor needs to read the new lean mass hyperresponder study and get up to speed. Wendy.
Topics tonight, Marnie says, are fire.
I know, right?
That's a good one.
Wendy, on Carnivore, can birth control allow down my weight loss? I think you meant slow down my weight loss. So if you're taking the birth control pill, 100% yes, it can slow down your weight loss. If you're using Depo-Provera, it can 100% really slow down your weight loss. Even some of the insertables that have hormones impregnated in them can drastically slow down your weight loss. I didn't say stop your weight loss. You can still lose weight. It's just going to take longer. Okay. And remember, keto, ketovore, carnivore are not just weight loss diets. They are healing diets. You're going to be healing your body in hundreds of ways as you slowly lose weight if you're on hormone birth control.
And Wendy, if you're not wanting to get pregnant, which I assume you're not, since you're in birth control and you go carnivore, you definitely want the birth control because you're going to be more
Much
fertile.
more
Very,
fertile,
very
yes.
common for women to get pregnant when they go carnivore. If you're worried about that, there are other forms of birth control that are non-hormone that irritate your cervix. You can talk to your OBGYN about the different types of those. There's one that-
Non-hormonal.
yeah.
Yep.
And so that's an option. I'm not sure if your insurance covers it or if that's out of your budget, but that's just something to think about if you're worried about it.
Angie Horn, on day 13 of carnivore and sugar cravings disappeared. I was low carb for 3 years. I feel like carnivore is taking my health journey to a whole new level.
Crazy.
Extremely grateful. And let me be very clear. I don't think everybody needs to be a carnivore, but I think everybody needs to do 90 days of carnivore just to sort everything out and give your body a chance to heal. Many people, low carb is still too many carbs for them. And I think Angie figured that out.
Speaking of, the Carnivore Elimination Diet Challenge is coming up inside our pro community. So if you are in the pro community, you don't have to do anything. You're going to get access to it. But if you want to join that, drberry.com/community. It will officially start in May, but we're doing prep in April. I'm doing a full course. So even if you join later, you can start at day one and work your way through the course. But there will be live streams weekly. Myself and Coach Alyssa will be in there answering questions.
Can I do a live stream too?
Of course you can.
Sweet.
We'll have
Okay.
a workbook for you to download and print off, a reintroduction phase as well. So this isn't just like we're doing carnivore for 30 days. We're doing carnivore for data collecting purposes. So it's not just I'm eating meat for 30 days. We're really trying to help you guys figure out what your food sensitivities are. So this is a 90-day challenge. You don't have to do it for 90 days. You can do it for 30, good results, 60, better results, 90, best results, and then reintroduction phase. We'll walk you through that and do our best to help you understand what your proper human diet is, because for the most part, we all are going to thrive on meat, but then some of us may want a few more veggies. We may love things, but we need to know, do they love us back?
That's right.
And if they don't, are we willing to suffer for it?
Exactly.
Or are we going to leave them alone?
Yep.
And so that challenge is going to start again May 1st, but you want to get in there now because we're doing a lot of prep work.
I love it. I love it. If you guys haven't already done so, hit the thumbs up. That helps the algorithm know that this content does not suck. Okay. Brian, down 35 pounds since Christmas, blood work, cholesterol 280, HDL 51, LDL 206, triglycerides 115, A1C down from 6.3 down to 5.7, free insulin 19, total insulin 22. Am I on the right track? Is my insulin too high? Yes, you're on the right track. Yes, your insulin's still a little too high. You are doing amazing. You've lost 35 pounds. Huzzah. Okay. Be thankful this day. This is a good thing, okay? You're not completely healed, but you are healthier than you were. And you're going to continue to get healthier and healthier as time goes on. And your insulin level will come down.
Let me get this one real quick.
Okay.
But Zadia Flores, I'm not sure. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Why is it doing that? Will cutting carbs decrease my milk supply? I'm almost 2 weeks postpartum. So as long as you're going slowly when you decrease, like do not go from if you ate standard American diet while you were pregnant to carnivore. It's not dangerous, but it will decrease your milk supply because you're going to have a huge fluid shift because you're going to lose a ton of water weight. That will decrease your milk supply. That's not good. That's not what you want. So just go slowly. So whatever you're eating now, stop the processed carbs first. Then you can slowly back off whole food carbs. So like keep eating the fruit if you want, the veggies, whatever whole food carbs that you want, and then slowly taper those off too. So let's say you're eating 250 grams of carbs per day right now. You're going to back off about 50 grams per week over several weeks till you get to around 50. I don't think it's completely necessary for a breastfeeding mom to go under 50. You're starving, and those carbs are going to get they're going to go away mostly anyways. But just be careful. Do not do it overnight. It's not dangerous to you. You're not going to dump toxins or all the fear mongering stuff, but it can dip your supply, which is a problem because you want that supply to stay up. So make sure you're keeping your salt intake up, drinking plenty of water with electrolytes, not just water, eating plenty. Do not starve yourself. Do not fast. Get plenty of sleep and rest when you can, and keep that baby on the boob as much as possible, because that baby to mom, that is the most significant thing that's going to keep that supply up. Okay.
Yep.
Supply and demand.
Great advice. Great advice. KX2, I'm going back to office from remote work. I think a lot of people are doing that. Have gained a lot of weight, just started carnivore, but is there a tip to expedite weight loss? Mobility is bad. Yeah, eat 100% beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Eat as much as you want, eat as often as you want. So many people who are obese and they're trying to lose weight, when I say eat as much beef, butter, bacon, and eggs as you want, once a day, twice a day, thrice a day, doesn't matter, eat till you're full, no snacking in between, they're like, there's no way I'm going to lose weight if I eat as much as I want. This man doesn't understand how much I can eat. Yes, I do. I do. You're a human being. You have human physiology. Your body is going to respond to the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, okay? You're going to lose weight. Even if your mobility sucks and you're sitting at your desk all day, you're still going to lose weight. One of the very first things that made me realize that keto and carnivore was different was I had two paraplegics in my practice, both in wheelchairs, and both are like, dude, I'm so fat, I got to lose some weight. And I'm like, well, I've been doing this keto carnivore thing. You should try that. Both of these people, they didn't join the gym. They didn't start doing wheelchair basketball. They just sat at home in their chair like they'd been doing for 10 years and stopped eating the carbs and started eating more meat. And they lost significant amount of weight sitting in a wheelchair. You can lose fat without exercise. Exercise is a terrible way to lose weight.
However,
it's good for you.
Yeah, we have to add this because people hear him say this and they're like, he's an idiot. Exercise is so
He said
important.
exercise is terrible.
That is not what he's saying. He's saying it's not the only thing that, and probably the not most important thing,
not even
for
close.
weight loss, but
Right.
you want to maintain your muscle and your bone density as much as possible. So going for walks, lifting, even if you're sitting at your desk, you can do stand up, sit downs, have some dumbbells at your desk. There are ways to do it. Okay.
There are ways to do it.
You can make excuses all day long.
Show them how to do a stand up, sit down.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that.
It's because she's not wearing any pants.
Baloney! Now you have to stand up so people think that you're not full of. Y'all know he's.
She's not standing up, is she?
Tina,
thank you, Lois.
Have y'all seen those reels where the
don't cock that Judy? Don't cock that Judy.
The man is like, "See, you were wrong," and she's like, "What?" The one time I was right, and I tried to rub it in my wife's face. So.
Yeah, that'll get you a larynx.
Tina Owen says, "Can you chat on vitamins, best and types?" Vitamin P, which is patience, for those of you who are new, that's our number one vitamin. We don't really take a lot of vitamins. We do iodine, vitamin D3, K2 in the winter, and when it's rained for 2 weeks. Liver. We eat our liver as much as possible, but a lot of you think liver's disgusting. This is Ancestral Supplements beef liver. It's it's beef liver and it's capsulated, and you can take it in capsule form if you're someone who's like, beef liver is gross. However, eat it if you can, but we do have a discount code because the supplements can get a bit pricey, so check that in the description. I also take the female hormone supplement, which is called FEM. I hate the name of it, but that's what they call it.
They're working on that.
And it supports hormone support. I really enjoy that one. I thought it was BS till I started taking it. And then
I want to tell you guys a secret.
Oh God!
For the last couple of weeks, Beckett and Bonnie have also been getting their liver.
You can do that too.
Every time we cook bacon or sausage or hamburger or pork chop or steak, after it's still hot and sizzling, I undo one of these capsules and I sprinkle some of the liver on the meat, and it soaks right into the meat. It just becomes part of the meat. And because if I said, "Hey, Beckett, take this liver capsule," he'd be like, "Blah." If I tried to get him to eat liver, he would be like, double blah, blah.
I'll tell you though, the best way to get anyone to eat liver, including yourself, if you don't like the taste, is just putting it in your ground beef. I've been saying this
100%,
for
100%.
How long? Years.
Yes.
And that, because you can really hide the flavor inside a meatloaf, make a meatloaf inside burger patties, meatballs. Just get your butcher, if you have a butcher that's local, to add liver in. You can do it yourself. You can get a KitchenAid or one of those that has an attachment. You can grind the meat up and put it in there yourself. You can also freeze little pieces of liver and then swallow them like capsules. You know, whatever your budget is, there's a way to get the super vitamin that is beef liver. Chicken liver is great too. Pate. what's the deli?
Braunschweiger.
Yeah.
Braunschweiger,
Yeah,
great.
So that's great.
Now, it's obviously best to eat fresh, real liver, but if you can't, then I'm fine with you eating liver pate, liver mousse, liver wurst, Braunschweiger, because the liver is the ultimate superfood. This is true. I don't want anybody eating a pound of liver a day. That's too much. But 2 ounces 3 or 4 times a week is absolutely premium nutrition.
Especially when I was pregnant, I actually craved liver, chicken liver specifically, fried.
Fried them so good too. Yeah, they're so good.
But that's a prenatal vitamin for those of you who are pregnant or wanting to get pregnant. Consider the beef liver capsules because maybe you're put off by liver when you're pregnant. After the first trimester, I wanted raw meat, raw fish, and liver.
That's why she's got
milk.
Parasites now. She ate all that raw meat.
And milk. I hate milk, but I drank gallons of milk when I was pregnant. Raw milk, if you can get it, is
Absolutely.
great.
Coffee Machspash. Is there a good diabetes organization? Wink, wink. I think that Coffee's talking about the American Diabetes Society. Have you guys heard about this? This is a new diabetes society that me and Tony Hampton and Eric Westman, Mariella Glant, Tony Hampton, Professor Ben Bickman, we got together. Michelle Hearn, because the other diabetes association sucks so bad that we thought, people with diabetes really deserve the right information. They don't deserve to be confused and gaslit, because that's what the other one kind of does. And so we formed this, and there's a link in the show notes if you want to check out the website. It's still a growing entity. It's still in the development stage. If you got $3, $5, $10, you can give us to the American Diabetes Society. That would help. That would go a long way.
It
towards
is
meeting our
do
goals.
A tax write-off. It is what's the
number? For 401(c).
Yeah. Whatever the official thing is.
Yes.
I don't know anything about
It's a real organization now. All right. Dickie just had a heart calcium score that came out to 54. The doctor wants me on statins for the rest of my life. That's bull. Is carnivore still right for me? Yes, Dickie. A proper human diet is still right for you, because even though your handle is Dickie Mo, you are still a human being, and you deserve all the benefits that come from eating a proper human diet. Fully Laden Swallow, speaking of handles. Hey, lovely couple. Thanks, Dr. Berry, for the info on Dr. Corey and Dr. Bowman. Bowden, Bowden. Much appreciated. Are you feeling better? Yes, I am feeling much, much better. Thank you for asking.
We both kind of sucked when we got back from San Antonio. It rained in San Antonio too. It had been sunny in San Antonio all the way up to the day we got there, and it was like rain. And then when we got home, it was like a lot of rain, thunderstorms,
more
tornadoes,
rain.
Flooding. Yeah,
82 inches. Joey Robinson says, any cookbooks for keto? Simple, minimal ingredients with treats. Well, in the show notes,
or boy, Joey.
They're Joey, girl, boy, whatever. We don't care. We don't care. There are 2 resources. One is the holiday cookbook that Kim Howerton and Neisha wrote together.
Now that is a holiday cookbook.
It's a holiday cookbook.
It's a little more.
Well, they said treats. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and then Cooking Keto with Faith is a blog.
But she also has a cookbook downloaded.
And she has a cookbook you can download as well.
There are so many. One that I always have recommended, but it's all 5 ingredient keto.
Yep.
That was the first keto cookbook I ever got, and still to this day, top tier, because it's simple and delicious. And I don't even remember how many recipes were in there, but it's a big one. You get it on Amazon. You can go to it's at Barnes and Noble almost every time I go. I see it because it is such a good one.
I bet she sold 1 million copies.
It's
a great
book.
Good.
What was her name?
I can't remember her name.
I was
on her Instagram. She interviewed me, but I cannot.
So long ago.
That's a long time ago.
But that's still one of the top.
We're still recommending her book.
I still recommend her book because it was such a good one. I still have it. I'm pretty sure on my bookshelf.
I saw it just the other day.
But then also Chris Cooking Nashville, his YouTube channel is amazing. Low-carb Love used to have a bunch of, I don't know if she's keto anymore, but she still has a whole bunch of really amazing recipes from years ago when she was doing true keto.
Yep.
In the group, Chris Cooking Nashville, let's just make a big announcement.
Okay.
Would you like to make a big, maybe y'all don't want to hear a big announcement.
No, I bet they do. I bet they want to hear.
Chris Cooking Nashville is going to be officially our culinary expert inside the Proper Human Diet community. He'll have his own dedicated space where he's going to be doing cooking demos, sharing recipes. We're going to have a full layout of recipes with all the different meats, and he's going to do live Q&As too, because did you know not everybody knows how to cook?
Yes, it's true. Yeah,
when you know how to cook, you take that for granted, but not everybody understands how to adapt recipes.
Yeah.
So we're super excited for that. That's coming soon.
And let me tell you, Chris Cook in Nashville does keto recipes. He does Ketovore recipes.
Yes.
He does carnivore recipes.
Yes.
He
Something
is
for everyone.
Yes, this man knows how to cook. Absolutely.
And he's so amazing. And his wife Ash is going to be helping him. So if you love Ash, she's going to be in there too. And we're just
I think
so
I like
grateful.
Ash better than Chris.
They're both amazing. Ash
Just
is
kidding,
pretty
Chris.
sassy.
Just
She is
She
the
is,
Neisha
yes.
to
She is,
Chris's
yes,
Canberry.
Gabrielle, friend, has PCOS. She's been on carnivore for a week and has keto flu bad and can barely eat. She is on medication to stop her menstrual cycle and hasn't had one since the fall. She started her period today and is in extreme pain. Any tips? So first and
That's a
foremost,
lot.
she needs to go see her doctor and make sure she just started her period. If she's in that much pain, it could be something else. There's nothing about carnivore that's going to harm her in any way. It's absolutely high-fat carnivore or high-fat meat-heavy keto is going to help her get her cycles back. She probably is going to need to stop the medication that stopped her cycles, especially if she's trying to get pregnant. You got to have a cycle.
It sounds like she's going through fertility
Mhm,
treatments. They will
maybe.
put you on a medication
Yep.
to stop your periods.
Yep.
Then they'll put you on a medication to start your periods. Then they'll put you on a medication to stimulate the follicles. It's a mess. I would recommend, if this is in case what she's going through, to listen to Dr. Kiltz,
Robert Kiltz.
Kiltz.
Yeah.
He's a fertility specialist and he loves carnivore and promotes it in his patients. And he does live streams all the time, and he'd be happy to answer questions. And you could probably schedule a video.
Yeah,
Doesn't he do
absolutely.
video conferences now?
Absolutely. Mama Jack, no longer hypoglycemic due to Ketovore, insulin 3.5, occasional sugar drops, and I need some berries. What is causing this other than sugar or carbs? It's sugar or carbs. It's like a never-ending cycle. You eat a few carbs, then an hour later your blood sugar drops. You need to eat a few more carbs. If you'll just keep weaning down the berries, when you feel low blood sugar, first thing I want you to do is actually check your blood sugar, because other things can make you feel like that. Sometimes it's probably not even low blood sugar that you're feeling, but verify it. And if it is, then eat just a few berries is all you need to raise your blood sugar, because all fruit and berries are full of sugar. This is inarguable. And Mama Jack knows that, because when she eats a few berries, her blood sugar comes right back up, because it's full of sugar. And so, but if you'll keep doing fewer and fewer berries, lower and lower carb, the hypoglycemic episodes are just going to peter out and stop.
Gin Fish.
Gin Fish.
5-ingredient keto cookbook by Gin Fish. It's spelled Fisch on Amazon. It's probably, it goes on sale all the time. So if you add it to your favorites, it'll like alert you when it goes on sale, but it's worth the investment.
CS says, hello, new here. Been carnivore for about 6 weeks, started lifting routine and feel aches, chills one day after. 6-foot male, 250 pounds. I already do a strenuous job and usually only get sore for a bit. Thanks to both of you. Keep it up, CS. You're on the right track, my friend. Mark, since we're doing myths, my pharmacist friends tell me I should be worried about free radicals and colon cancer because I'm not eating fiber. Yes. And so fiber is one of those very common myths. Now, let's be very clear. If you're eating a diet full of ultra-processed junky carbs, you probably do need to eat some extra fiber to clear that crap out of your colon. Okay. But if you're eating a proper human diet, which is full of meat and eggs and fish and maybe some veg, maybe some nuts, maybe some berries, you do not need to add any fiber to your diet whatsoever. Carnivores don't get any fiber, okay, but they get all these collagen building blocks, which serve the same purpose of prebiotics. The collagen from bone broth, the collagen, the skin on your fish, the membrane in the boiled egg, the membrane on the back of your ribs, the gristle in your steak. These things feed your bacteria too. You don't need to eat fiber, okay? You don't need it unless you're on the Kellogg's post General Mills diet. Then you need lots of fiber. Otherwise, you don't need it. It's a myth. I know, right? The topics tonight, man. Let's see. Ron just recently had my blood test. I'm 73. PSA is 4, and my A1C was 5.8. So you're a little bit pre-diabetic. I know they are for different things. I also had a quadruple bypass, and I'm carnivore, and I feel amazing. Keep it up, Ron. Keep it up, brother. You want to get that A1C down a little bit lower. Just keep on carnivoring, and you'll get there. Oh, superfluity of naughtiness.
Wow.
That may be the best handle so far tonight. What is protocol for blood lymphoma? Going to Mayo Clinic for 5 weeks. What do you recommend? I recommend you keep your appointments at the Mayo Clinic. That's what I recommend if you have lymphoma. I also recommend that you eat a very low carbohydrate, proper human diet because it's going to give your body all the nutrition it needs to help it fight this lymphoma and to also help it fight the chemotherapy and the other treatments that they give you, because chemotherapy, you may or may not know, is poison. It's just a little bit more poison for the cancerous cells than it is for your cells. So it kills them a little sooner, hopefully. But the stronger your body is, the more you can fight the cancer and fight against the chemotherapy and come out in a winning position.
Shanna River says, howdy, just wanted to stop in and say thank you to Dr. Berry for all the help and information over the years. By the way, did y'all get flooding up there? We're down the road in Parsons. Me and Beckett made a trip to Parsons to go to Tractor Supply the other day. And on the way, we went through the valley, which is the dip between Holiday and Parsons. It's beautiful. The thing looked like a lake. Y'all got way more rain than we did. It was crazy. So I'm glad to see you in the comments. You're okay. Awesome.
J Bell, been carnivore for 2 months, down 18 pounds. I came down with my first ever UTI today. Any connection? No. People have been getting UTIs for hundreds, thousands of years before carnivore diet was even a thing. What are your recommendations? Go see your doctor and pee in a cup and get some antibiotics. Thank you. You guys rock.
Also, no, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. Never mind.
Tanya.
Do you know where I was going to go with that?
No, I don't want to. I'm still.
I don't know. I feel like the topic.
I still can't believe you don't have pants on.
This man. Lord, give me patience.
Boom, chicka, bow, bow.
No.
Is it Tanya? Tanya. Hi, Dr. Berry.
It's probably Tanya.
Please help. A1C is 5.9, but LPIR is less than 25, fasting insulin 4.2, fasting glucose 88. Am I prediabetes? Yes. You have prediabetes, and that's okay because you are at the right place. I've got hundreds of videos on this channel. If you watch either Keto, Ketovore, or Carnivore videos, she also has Ketovore videos on her channel, you're going to reverse this prediabetes. It's going to go completely away. Okay? You'll have a normal A1C.
Okay. I have pants on. In fact, they're Carhartt pants.
Got her Carhartt pants on. See that now? That's a stand-up, sit-down. That's a great form of exercise. If you're stuck at a desk all day, you just do that 10 times.
You could also do that. That's a good one.
Okay, Sparky Peaches. Brother CAC is over 1,000. Just left hospital with high blood pressure and HR. His doctors are very anti-keto carnivore. We are huge advocates, but please help us advise. So your brother, even though his CAC is over 1,000, he is still a human being, and he's going to benefit from a proper human diet. This diet is not just some random diet, just like, hey, let's throw a dart at the dartboard and we'll pick some random foods, and that's going to be the proper human diet. This is based on physiology. It's based on biochemistry. It's based on archaeology, history, anthropology, and paleoanthropology. Your brother's doctors mean well, but they are currently ignorant of the benefits of a proper human diet. They just don't know. They think, oh, that's that keto thing. That's dangerous fad. No, keto is the oldest diet known to mankind. This is the diet we've been eating longer than any other diet.
I think it's so funny that we're how many years into this? 8 years for us. Yeah. More than that for so many people. And people still are like, yeah, that's going to kill you. When?
When will that happen?
I mean, if it was that dangerous, shouldn't I already be dead? Yeah. I feel like all these,
all these carnivores should be, their body parts should be dropping off from scurvy. Right. They should all have scurvy because you cannot get vitamin C from meat. Everybody knows that. You've got to have orange juice for vitamin C. So how are all these carnivores running around with their teeth still intact, and their skin not falling apart.
I mean, but like the extreme way that they act like, I'm not carnivore, but the people who are just tempting fate to have a heart attack.
Right.
Have you seen Courtney Luna? She eats a stick of butter.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you should do that, but like more power to you if you like it.
Nobody's dying. Nobody's dying. Keto is such an unhealthy fad diet that more and more fertility specialists are literally putting their fertility patients on keto and carnivore diets.
You can't get better reviews as a fertility specialist than someone getting pregnant, okay? And if you can increase your staff, then you increase your patients, and then you get your money, okay? So that's the key. It's the key.
I feel like some doctors are they're like so out of touch. I feel like they work a 12-hour shift at the hospital. Then they just come home and they watch CNBC to watch their stock portfolio, and then they go to bed. Like, I don't think they do any CME, any reading, any outside research
whatsoever.
Their
nurse does it for them.
Right. Doctors, please step it up. You're beginning to really embarrass yourself. At this point in 2025, if you're saying, oh, keto carnivore is super unhealthy, dude, what are you doing? Literally, your patients are laughing at you behind your back. Your nurses are doing keto right now, and they're just lying to you, okay? Your wife is doing carnivore right now, and you don't know because she knows you're an idiot. Get with the program, okay? A proper human diet is not dangerous. It's not a fad.
Before you move on, I have to say something.
Okay.
drberry.com is a website. drberry.com that he never talks about. He also has books. You can find them listed over there. But we've added a new feature. drberry.com is actually updated quite regularly. We have someone who runs that website. We just posted events. Crazy. So you can now see where Dr. Berry will be, which is not very many places this year because we're staying on the farm. But this weekend actually is one right here in Tennessee. So if you want to check that out, you can go to drberry.com, scroll down to the bottom, or click events at the top and find all the information. Carrie from Healing Humanity will actually be on our farm, following Ken around with a camera, taking footage of him here on the farm with the sheep, interviewing him about several things, I assume. I'm not really sure. But that is coming up. And then he'll do a meetup in Yuma, Tennessee on Sunday.
Yes. I can't wait to see everybody in metropolitan Yuma, Tennessee. Rob says, do you recommend or endorse ancestral supplement products? I want you to grow up and eat your liver. But until you're able to do that, yes, we do recommend their beef liver supplements.
We have interviewed them extensively. We have talked to their CEO. We have talked to their head of all the people.
COO.
We've grilled them. Where does the liver come from? Is it grass-fed? Mm-hmm. And how do you make it? And what are all the ingredients? And are you hiding anything shady? And like, we've spent a lot of time. We don't just throw our name behind anything.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
Anyways, okay, we're moving on.
Okay. Holly Ann McLean says, is an A1C of 4.7 a reason for concern? My sister's doctor, this is an MD doctor, is freaking out, telling her she needs carbs or she will become unalive.
My A1C is 4.8. That's a very normal A1C for people.
Holly Ann, I want you to put this doctor's name and telephone number in the comments, because as soon as I get off this, I'm going to call this doctor and we're going to have a little chat. If you don't understand basic human physiology any better than this, you maybe need to reconsider your career. You should maybe look at not even veterinary medicine, because I love dogs and cats and I don't want this guy practicing on them. This is hideous. This is gross that a doctor would think this. This is really, really dumb. And I'm sorry.
This is not the only doctor out there saying this, to be fair.
Wow.
There were doctors in this community that have said that before.
Wow. Yeah, but they don't say it anymore. That's the point. It's 2025.
They still say it. And I remember when it was being said, and I was like, oh.
Wow. Yeah.
What is happening?
But that was 5, 6, 7 years ago. They no longer say that here in this community, because they know that there's a lot of people around here be like, what are you, dumb? Did you fall and hit your head on the dumb rock? A1C of 4.7 is wonderful. What's wrong with you, doctor?
Unless she's having hypoglycemic episodes where she is like unwell and confused and sweaty and all the things that are truly low blood sugar symptoms, then everything is all gravy.
Oh, I love it. Trucker to through hiker. Okay, so you're a trucker, but now you're becoming a hiker. I love it. As a truck driver, I decided I wanted to get in shape to through hike the Pacific Crest Trail in 26. I would like to document and hike the trail eating carnivore. Do you think it's possible to sustain that distance? People have done it before. They've done that trail. What's the one that goes from New York down to the Smoky Mountains? I forget the name of it. One of our friends, a mutual.
Talk to Michelle Hearn. She probably has some resources she could give you about this sort of thing, because she's really into endurance training. So.
You should do this. You can do this. You need to document the entire thing, because the average hiker thinks that they need to eat granola bars and candy bars and have gel packs. You don't need any of that. Guess what? Before 15,000 years ago, anytime our ancestors went on a hike, guess what they took with them to eat? Meat
and water.
Meat and water. Yeah, that's it. Or they kill the meat on the hike. Either way, but they literally went hiking with meat. That's how they did it for eternity backwards in time. Yeah. Wow. Good job. I can't wait to see that documentation.
The Appalachia Trail.
Is that what it is?
I wanted to say that, but I was like,
Allegheny and the Appalachia.
There's several that go
Yeah. I'm not a hiker at all. I do a lot of hiking, but not like on official trails.
We don't travel out of our way. We got plenty of places to hike.
We got woods and hills here. Carol Lynch. What were you going to say?
Somebody said, did anyone play computer game Oregon Trail? John.
I remember that. Yeah.
Best game ever. I would play it right now. Probably.
Awful game.
No, it was
terrible.
I loved that game. Okay, well, it was the only game available to play.
That's why you loved it.
Cool. Probably that's probably why.
It was so bad.
Who else played that game?
I played that game. Carol Lynch, keto 5 months. A1C went from 7.9 down to 6.4. Huzzah. Triglycerides from 271 down to 151. Pushing 70 years of age, grateful for numbers going down, but not weight loss or measurements. Very confused. Carol, this is your body healing. This is your metabolism healing. That has to happen first. Then the weight loss begins. When your A1C comes down a little more, your triggers come down a little more, your fasting insulin comes down a little more, you're going to start metabolizing fat. That's going to happen.
Cat and dog.
Cat dog. CC started the carnivore diet and am having diarrhea. This happens to some people for a week or 2 or 3 when they first start carnivore, especially if they go 100% carnivore overnight. Should I eat less fat the next meal or just keep eating high fat and getting the runs?
Well, it depends on high fat. What does that mean to you? Like, are you eating a really nice fatty ribeye and then eating a stick of butter? Then yeah, probably back off the stick of butter and just eat the fatty ribeye. But if you're eating the fatty ribeye and the bacon and like a normal fat to protein ratio, which is whatever's attached to your fatty cut of meat, it's probably just temporary and it's going to resolve on its own. But if you're excessively eating meat, excessively eating fat, like an 80 to 20 thing, then you may need to back off the fat.
Caleb Stinson says, I'm ready for those hot dogs. Give me an update. So I was just talking to my friend today on Twitter. We met on Twitter, and because I had said something about hot dogs ought to contain meat and they ought to contain liver and heart. They ought to have organs in them like they used to, because used to hot dogs, you just never knew it was in a hot dog. That's actually a good thing. Hot dogs used to be superfoods. Now they just want to put 100% beef in there. They don't want to put any organs. So I started chatting with this guy, and he owns a company and he does things. And so he's about to ship me some bratwurst, some kielbasa, and some hot dogs that are 50% beef, 25% liver, and 25% heart with salt and spices.
They're coming
here, and we're going to try these hot dogs.
Should we try them on a live stream?
Yeah,
so I can give you my honest opinion, because if they taste like trash, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I already told him that I got to, because he's talking about the contract. I'm like, yeah, I need to try the product first, and then we'll talk about the contract. Because if they suck, I'm obviously not going to be involved. But if they turn out to be as delicious as he says they are, this could be a thing, and we could put Oscar Mayer out of business.
I doubt that.
Well, you never know. I mean, hope, there's hope. Robert, will a proper human diet help get rid of gout? Yes, absolutely. I have a friend who thinks eating just meat will make it worse. your friend is wrong. Your friend has been taught that by his mama, his mother-in-law, his doctor, whoever, but your friend is wrong. Tell your friend, I actually have a video on my YouTube channel about gout and exactly what causes gout and exactly what you can do to never have gout again.
Nope.
Babies are home. Maybe they'll come say hi to you guys. Taco Cat experiment. Man, the handles tonight. Cuts on skin take forever to heal. 6 months line diet. You are probably not eating enough total food. You probably need to add some organ meat, some liver to your diet, or some sardines with the bone in and the skin on, or some cod liver, or some chicken liver. You need to add something besides just lean meat to your diet. These dogs, man. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you, Vicky.
They're learning.
Chris, how do daily requirements of macronutrients or calories change on keto since calories in, calories out is not correct? Don't want to accidentally undereat since low carb. So here's the thing, Chris. I'm going to tell Chris and all y'all the secret to never undereat. You ready? Do not portion control your food, Chris. Do not say, I need to eat this
I don't
size.
think that's what Chris is worried about.
Oh, what do you think he's worried
I think because it's very common for people to start carnivore, be very satiated, and think that they're under eating.
And so short term, you might undereat, but your body is not an idiot. It's not going to let you keep doing that for months and months and years, especially if you've got a lot of extra weight to lose. Many people, especially women, when they go fatty carnivore, they're like, I'm just not hungry. I'm hungry once a day. I eat a little bit. I'm so full. But that's not permanent. That's not going to stay that way forever. As you burn the fat, metabolize the fat, and approach your ideal body weight, your appetite's going to increase. You've got hormones in charge of your appetite and your satiety. Becky Berry, come say hi.
Where you been?
Here.
Tell them where you been.
Here.
I've been at Yummy.
At Lovey's, but where did you just come back from?
YouTube.
Jiu-jitsu? What else did you do today? Piano lesson?
Nice.
Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
Y'all, can y'all remember, those of you who were around when he was a newborn? I was doing live streams the week after he was born like an idiot. I should have took a break. Hi, Bonzi.
Come quick.
Come here.
Lily, stop. Lily. Come here, Bonnie
She
Blue.
just
Say hi.
loves her.
Okay, Bonnie doesn't want to say hi. All right, guys, that is it. We've got our babies now. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's not too late to share this video on your social media because you know we've covered a lot of great stuff tonight. There are people out there that need this information. They'll never see it because they're idiot doctors telling them an A1C of 4.7 is very dangerous and that keto and carnivore will kill them. So please consider sharing this video so they can get the correct information and improve their health. There's Bonnie.
Say
Hi.
hi.
Go.
Can you wave? No.
Can you kiss me? Can I tickle you? I'm going to tickle you. Don't you protect your sister. I'm going to tickle her.
All right, guys, if you're ready to start the Carnivore Challenge, May 1st is the official kickoff date, but go ahead and get in there. We're doing a lot of prep work. You also get access to extra live streams with Dr. Berry.
I like your mouth.
I like
you.
Mama's mouth too.
Aw, I love. She's such a sweet girl. I love you so
Now
much.
where's my kiss?
She mama's.
Give me my kiss.
Come hang out with us in the PhD community, but if you don't want to,